All right, to start off day 2 here, let's talk about sample space here. So sample space is the list of all possible outcomes. So if you're rolling a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for a standard, six-sided die. We're flipping a coin, heads or tails. All right, those are my possible outcomes, referred to as my sample space. All right, so uniform probability. Basically, it's just something that has the same chance of happening or is equally likely to happen, right? Like flipping a coin, heads or tails, or rolling a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 on a normal die. Okay? Wonderful. All right, so not uniform would be not equally likely to happen. So if you have a bag of marbles, right, because everybody carries around a bag of marbles. So you have two red and one green, right? The sample space is red and green, the possible outcomes. But are they equally likely to happen? No. You're more likely to get red than you are green. Okay, so this is leading us into probability here shortly. So there we go, flipping a coin. Our sample space, sorry that's cut off slightly. Our sample space would be heads or tails. All right? Actually, I guess we can just write it as we had before, heads, tails, our little brackets, because that's fun. Cool. Uniform or no? Uniform. If we're figuring, a coin that obviously is like equally weighted on each side and all that stuff. Okay, cool. That's fun. All right, rolling a six-sided die. Already been talking about this a little bit, so it should be pretty straightforward. Our sample space would be all of our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. Uniform or no? Again, assuming it's a normally weighted die. Uniform. Lovely. Let's keep moving. Spinning a wheel. Well, this wheel here, let's see, our sample space would be, looks like yellow, green, red, and pink. Yellow, green, red, and pink. Cool. That wasn't a very good bracket. Well, that's a good one right there. Okay, so is this uniform or no? Well, I got 2 greens, 2 reds, 2 yellows, 2 pinks. I would say yes, uniform. Had we had different numbers of colors, then no, it would not be uniform. But this one is. Rolling a weighted die. So let's say that the sides of our die are those numbers. Well, what's our sample space? Our sample space would be 4, 5, and 6. Is this uniform? No. I mean, we got 3 chances to roll a 6, 2 to roll a 5, and 1 to roll a 4. No. Oh, man, this is great. You guys are doing a wonderful, wonderful job here. Picking a flavor of ice cream. Not a favorite, but just a flavor, right? If I were randomly getting a flavor of ice cream here, well, what's my sample space? I've got chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Is this uniform? Heck yeah, it's uniform. Pop a dot on that eye. There we go. All right, so it is uniform. There's 3 of them. There's no doubles of flavors or anything like that. We're good to go. All right, let's pick from a bag of marbles. Well, I guess this really depends on what kind of bag of marbles we have. Let's say I've got, in my bag of marbles, 3 blue, 4 red, 5 green, and, let's go with purple. Let's go with 2 purple. Whoop, that was not a very good 2. There we go. Much better. Let's say I've got that. Well, my sample space would be blue, red, green, and purple. Is that uniform? Well, if that's what I have in the bag of marbles, then no, it's not uniform. They'd have to all be 1 marble apiece, or 3 marbles apiece, or 5 marbles apiece, whatever it might be. Okay, so that one, not uniform. So one thing we'll talk about later would be listing out large sample spaces, like listing out all your cards or deck or whatever it might be. Okay, so we'll talk about that later. For now, we're going to stick with some smaller ones. So another example would be, well, what's this sample space? My sample space would be red, green, and blue. Uniform? Nope. I'm going to put nope this time because that's fun. Half of that thing's red, and then it's blue and green. So, no, this one is not uniform. So that's some very exciting stuff there about sample space and whether or not it's uniform. So I'm sure you very thoroughly enjoyed it. Also probably thoroughly enjoyed the length of this video, which is rather quick. So in your free time here, maybe you just think about how much you love math and America. And maybe you follow, Riverdog Jenny on the gram at Riverdog Jenny on the gram.